So you're dealing with someone and you're a little bit conflicted about how they're showing up because they're being overly nice, they're love bombing you, and they're just doing some really grandiose gestures. Hey, what's going on, my beautiful people? This is Certified Life and Relationship Coach, Coach Court. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about 5 reasons why they love bomb you. Thank you for sticking around. If this is your first time viewing me, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel by clicking that subscribe button and ringing that bell so you're notified for all the newest coaching content. And also, you want to make sure that you subscribe right now because this is going to be the first of a 3-part mini series. I'm going to be talking about love bombing, how to spot it, how to react to it, and also, some of the reasons that they do it, which is this video right here. If you want my help personally, the quickest way to get into contact with me is through my Patreon or my website. All those links are in the description below. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about 5 reasons why they love bomb you. And I'm going to be impeccable with my word, like Don Miguel Ruiz says. I wrote down a list here to make sure that you guys are able to get as much value out of this video as possible. The very first reason why is they want to lower your defense system. Now, everyone has been in relationships. Everyone has had their own issues. If you've been dating long enough, maybe when you're younger and you can't really spot when someone's love bombing you, you don't really comprehend, what's healthy and what's unhealthy in relationships. Some of the things that they're going to be doing, I'm going to get to later on. I have that in the list. But you're kind of confused as to why they are trying to get you to just relax and let go so easily and so quickly, especially early on in a relationship. Now, this is something that usually shows up in the honeymoon phase, whether it's an unhealthy or healthy relationship or not. You have this release of oxytocin and serotonin because it's something new, it's something fresh, and you're just really excited that you found that connection. But if they are overly pushy, if they are really trying to get you to lower your walls before you're comfortable, they're trying to give you reassurance. They're telling you, hey, this is something that I've never felt before. This is a relationship that you feel like my soulmate or my twin flame. You want to be cautious about that. You want them to understand that you're just not comfortable. And I'm going to talk about this later in the series when I talk about the reasons or ways to show up or ways to respond if they're starting to love bomb you. You want to make sure that you're more on guard and you're not falling for some of these things that they're trying to do to you. So if they are trying to get you to lower your walls before you are comfortable doing it, and I know that there is like a happy medium there. You don't want to be too cold and you don't want to be too off-putted, but it is healthy to move at a pace like I talk about in my other video, first 90 days. You want to give it that little grace period to kind of figure out, whether or not this person is going to be someone that's right for you. So that's the first one. The second one is the reason that they love bomb is because they're insecure and they are feeling that abandonment. Now, this is something that I talk a lot about with insecure attachment, more specifically the anxious attachers and sometimes the fearful avoidance. They have that abandonment wound that comes to the forefront when things start to fall a little bit shaky and a little bit uncertain. So they may love bomb you in order to get you to give them some type of reassurance that you're not going to abandon them. And that's a perfectly, normal occurrence when it comes to relationships in general, because no one really wants to be broken up with, if I'm being honest. This is from what I've seen. But if it's like over the top, if they're just love bombing you, telling you they love you so early on, they're doing things that feels a little unnatural and like they're really trying to get you in their stable, I guess you want to call it. We're going to get there a little bit later, talk about narcissism. But the third reason why they may love bomb you is because they failed to heal from a previous relationship. And what I mean by that is if they haven't taken the time to heal themselves, to get over some of the mistakes that they've made and get over the mistakes that or whatever happened to them in their previous relationship, they're going to try to speed the relationship up to where the last relationship left off. Now, this can mean they have to go to some therapy, or they may have to go to some counseling or get a coach or something and just take a little bit more time to be able to release all of that negative pain and hurt that they had experienced from their last relationship. The way I like to explain it for my clients is, if they haven't healed, it's like they take this garbage bag of all of their mess, they just throw it all in there, chuck it over their shoulders, and go into the next relationship and just dump it down and say, hey, this is all my traumas. And you're going to open up and be like, ooh, that's a lot of dramas. I don't know if I'm ready to step into all of that. But if they haven't healed, that's exactly what's going to be happening. They're going to bring it all to you. And that's something I don't know if you're ready to deal with, because we're not our significant others or our girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse. We're not their therapists. We're not their counselors. We can't wear those hats. We can't play those roles. The fourth reason is because they want to manipulate you. Now, what that means is, now we're going to go more into the dark triads, the more of the sociopaths, the narcissists, the psychopaths, those type of people, the cluster. They want to manipulate you to get you to do what they want you to do. They want you to show up the way that they want. It's almost like a form of mind control, not mind control, but like behavioral control. There it is. There's more of like a behavioral control type of deal, because if they can love bomb you and get you kind of attached or addicted to their affection and their love, when they pull it away, they know just how deeply that's going to impact you. Now, I'm not saying this right. I know you guys are going to get in the comment section and be like, yeah, that's a narcissist, and get all negative, and that's okay. That's okay if you guys do that. I understand. This is a very emotional topic. This is a very vulnerable thing for you guys to even get in the comment section to do, and I appreciate that. And I'm not condoning it. I'm just giving you guys the information. So whenever you start to see some of these things showing up, you're able to be on guard and you're able to protect yourself, because I forgot where the quote came from, but they said majority of your pain or your misery is going to come from who you decide to spend the rest of your life with. The last one is a little bit more innocent, all right? The last one is they are projecting their love language onto you. I often tell people that when someone is in a relationship and they want something from them, they want to like communicate what makes them feel loved and make them feel heard and understood and feel like they're valuable. They will often project their love language. So if you guys are familiar with the love languages, there's a book that was written. It's called The 5 Love Languages, which is a book that was written by Gary Chapman. And in that book, he talks about there are 5 ways of loving someone that's going to make them feel like they're love tank or they're special or valued. And what we often do is we often give the love language that we want to receive in return. So if you're with someone and they require words of affirmation, or they require gift giving, that can kind of come off as someone that's trying to love bomb you. But what's actually happening is they're projecting because they want to get that in return from you. Whenever I coach couples and they're struggling to kind of like fill up each other's love tank, I asked them, how do they show love towards each other? And what you see is you see button heads there. You have one person speaking Chinese and one person speaking Spanish, where they're trying to give them the love that they want in return. So if you're giving someone gifts and their primary love language isn't gifts, it's not going to be received the way that you think it's going to be received, because that's the type of love that you want in return, but it's not necessarily what they want. So when you see someone showing up, once again, and you kind of see it as love bombing because they're giving you gifts and they're giving you a bunch of words of affirmation, they may just be projecting. And this is why you want to take the time and kind of step back and just kind of see things for what they are. So those are my 5 reasons why they may love bomb you. My next video is going to be talking about signs of love bombing. It's kind of a little bit different than what I talked about here today. So if you found this video of any value, please like, comment, and share. You can follow me on other social media accounts, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, as I am Coach Court. And always remember, when you go be love, you'll never have to find it. Namaste.